your head.
Oh, you like to wear those polos like this with the shit right here and the shit all like this.
Oh,
You shop
tight.
at the Baby Gap.
No,
If you're,
I like showing my physique.
you ever seen those guys? I know they
Oh,
when
I
they
ain't
really
got no
work, they
physique.
like to work out their biceps a lot. They get these rubber bands and they put them on their arm, and basically just keeps the blood in the arm while you're pumping iron.
Yeah, that's what.
But they
TJ
just
wear that
wear
shit.
it
What you
all
mean?
the time, like for every exercise. I'm like, dude, you don't need them when you're on the treadmill.
That one.
I'm like,
Yep.
gosh dang. So,
What you about to make?
well, hey, I got us going. We're recording.
What? What a music, man.
Oh, I'll
You
add
see,
it in post.
you see how people do. You see how people do when they
I do it
don't.
in post.
They just, if he was
Hey, we're
making
on
some
CP time, but we ain't
video,
on that kind of time.
if he was
Don't
making
do it.
some digital commercial for somebody, they would have had all the bells and whistles. We get what we pay for.
You don't pay for anything. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Hey,
That's
I
what I'm
do
saying.
some.
We
I
get what we
think
pay
I feel like
that's
I
what
do
he's
some
saying.
good production for the pod. I feel. Actually, oh shoot! Oh man, I gotta show you guys something. So,
I'm ready to
have
see
you
it.
guys seen that game, Phasmophobia?
What
I
is it?
just seen a couple things that you put on there.
Ty, take that hat off. Take that hat off. Ty, I'm sorry, Ty. TJ, take that hat off. It looks
Ain't
ridiculous.
nothing wrong with that hat. Leave his hat alone.
Okay. All right, so you saw the stuff I posted on social media?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, good. I was gonna say I wanted to share that with you guys if you hadn't seen it. If anyone's watching this, the Phasmophobia is this it's this haunted house game where you go in with a squad of people and you have to identify what kind of ghost is in the house before it kills you. And man, okay, whatever, TJ. That game is freaking scary. I've been playing the hell out of it.
Wait. Is it the Damn, this new game that these kids are playing right now. It's called damn, it's on my phone because I'll be playing it too.
Oh,
man.
that's Among
Kids
Us.
it's
Among Us?
Among Us.
Yeah, I've been playing that too. I've been playing a lot of video games late at night recently. Way too late. Entirely too late.
Me too, man. I was up to like 1:30 playing that damn Among Us.
Yeah,
I
so
was trying to get the
Among Us.
imposter, and it didn't. Yeah,
Is that the
it's
fungus
crazy.
Among Us?
almost, yeah.
No,
Among Us is
you
basically
have to figure out
mafia.
who the killer is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's a lot
think
of
the
fun.
kids was playing that the other day.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot
I
of
guess
people
you
are
can
playing
play.
it.
It's like interactive. You can play with a lot of people.
Yeah. No, I like
Yep.
that game. I play a lot with a lot of people. But yeah, anyway, how's everyone been?
So it looks like Reese and Mike being a couple bitches. So,
Just straight out.
yeah, they are.
Bree said that he got to get up in the morning. for
Man,
some reason.
it's 7:30. Ain't
That's what
nobody.
I said.
I get up early all the time. He can stop with that.
Hey, that's what I said, man.
Straight
You know.
trash, homie. Straight
Uncle
trash.
Ruckus.
Well,
Straight trash.
Uncle Ruckus could have got on here, and Mike just being a bitch.
right.
Mark's playing NBA 2K, you know it.
Nah, he probably
Hold on.
playing. He
Hold on.
probably.
You know what? I can find out. Hold on.
He's like, hang on.
DJ ass on the game. Hey, Joe, what have you been doing, man? You been drawing?
I did a little bit of sketching. I tried to do Inktober this year, and I got a little overwhelmed with that. I was like, that's really hard. You got to draw a different drawing every single day of October, and there's an official account that puts out the prompts, what you're supposed to draw, so it gives you like an idea.
Okay, I see.
Oh, okay.
And
Not
man,
online.
I did
Like,
like
not
he's
online.
not online. He must be sleeping. All right. I think I went like 3 or 4 days into it, and I was like, I can't keep up. It was tough. And then there was an art contest or that video game. We were just talking about the Phasmophobia. So I went ahead and that animation I made
Oh, there's
was a
Reese.
submission for it.
Did you win?
There's Reese.
They don't announce winners until tomorrow.
Okay, good.
Maybe. And then,
What's up, Reese?
how you doing, Reese? Oh, he's still connecting.
He's still connecting.
And then there's
Brother Darkness.
I went ahead and I started making some stuff. I'm gonna do a little short video for Among Us, and put that out there and see how it does.
Oh shit, we got a celebrity in the house.
Well, I don't know, but I've been
He said we
in
got a
my
celebrity
free
in the house.
time. I've been kind of working on that, getting the character all made up and everything. And then I've been still doing my freelance work. My freelance work's been busy still,
Sweet.
surprisingly. So How have
Hey,
you
I've been working
Soup?
my freelance work too. What y'all think of
Who
that?
Oh,
is
that's
that
dope.
guy from? I don't even know
What?
who
Dolomite.
that
You
is.
don't know who that is?
It's
No,
Dolomite.
That's Black
That's
Dynamite.
dope.
but he's an
Dynamite.
anime. I've never seen it in
That's
anime.
that's Black. That's
Yeah,
Black Dynamite.
they had a whole series of with it.
Hey, you ain't
Have you
seen
guys ever
Black
seen
Dynamite?
Afro Samurai?
Yeah.
Hell
Samuel
yeah, that's my
Holy
favorite.
shit, that show
That's
is
my
awesome.
favorite.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
animation in that is awesome.
Hey, I'm getting that tattooed. I'm getting him tattooed on. I got it saved. I got
Do
a
you?
tattoo.
Well, you
Oh.
don't get to put on your
Yeah.
butt
Oh
cheek.
man, I freaking
I'm,
get the teddy bear
This
guy.
dude-
Get the teddy bear
Hey,
samurai
I'm
on
not
your
Mike.
butt cheeks.
Hey,
I'm
no
not Mike.
homo.
All right,
No
Mike.
homo.
Hey,
No.
Ty,
Yeah,
I'm
you gotta say
sorry.
that at
Ty,
the end.
Ty,
No, no
Ty,
homo.
I am sorry, Ty. I'm sorry. You're not Mike. You might get it put on your lower back.
Wow.
Oh,
No,
I used to work with a
no,
guy who had a
I
tramp
ain't you.
stamp.
I ain't you, Lululemon.
Lululemon.
Hey, you know what? That Lululemon legit got a male line now.
You serious?
I'm sorry,
I'm
I
dead
didn't mean to look
serious.
so surprised, but I really was.
I'm dead serious. Lululemon's got a male line now.
Ty, you need to get Ty,
And you
but
know
TJ,
what?
you need to get a
I think
sponsorship.
I think the other day when y'all sent y'all that picture of Reese when I was at this house, I think he had the pilot the pilot pair on.
Nice. How have you been, TJ?
It
What you been up
wasn't
to?
quite fitting right.
Uh,
What you been up to, TJ?
Reese, you outside?
Man, working, bro. I work 2 jobs.
Man,
You know,
I hear it.
I ain't got
take care of
the
my
money
family, man.
upstairs.
He kicked you out. You
Nah,
Oh, sh-
you
if
in
I
the
want,
tree
if I
line.
want, if I want some quiet, I gotta come out here.
Yeah, I hear
He'll
that.
be running in every 5 minutes.
Reese
I-
brought the whole bag of chips.
I
Reese,
kicked
you
the
in the
kids
car,
upstairs.
Yeah.
Hey,
They come.
so I know Joel just started recording it's out the blue, but welcome back to Films Forum. We're kind of informal today, guys.
I rushed him into it.
We got you know, everybody's been busy with life and you know, ducking COVID and all that
Man.
fun stuff. And
So-
you know, getting bombarded with presidential elections and it's just been a lot of stuff. So, you know, sometimes you have to unplug, and that's what we did for a little bit. We just unplugged and absorbed
Right.
the information around us, and we back. So we're gonna try to get back into it and keep you guys in the know of what the Fellows Forum is all about, because we have information for you that you need.
Yes,
you
we
don't
do.
know you don't know you need it, but you do.
Yeah.
You do. You need
Yeah.
it.
So stay tuned. Has anyone
like a pill.
been? Oh, what do you know? Has anyone been having any other new experiences with this whole COVID situation? Like, what's your feeling on it? I know I'll start actually. Just this morning, I got a notification from the school that one of the kids in one of my daughter's classrooms tested positive. So we had to go pick her up because she was going into quarantine. And then right after that,
COVID.
yep, COVID.
Yep.
And then,
Don't act like it's your first time swallowing Reese.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
takes a pro to know that, don't it? Takes a pro to know that.
Anyway, so
Yeah, I
then,
know what it's like to hear somebody choke.
Damn.
Yeah,
Wow.
because you doing the choking.
Yeah, you're joking. That was weak.
But anyway, so and then they at the end of the day, after school was out, they said, "Hey, we're sending all the kids home with either a Chromebook or an iPad because for the next 2 weeks, everyone's going to be learning remotely." So
What district is that?
that's Ashland.
Oh.
So
shit.
but that's just for elementary and primary, not like.
Are you
high
drinking
school.
alcohol, Delta?
Hell no.
No,
That's
just
apple
sweet tea.
juice.
Hey,
This
you
sweet
sitting
tea.
there, you sipping that shit like it's some
That
Hennessy.
looks like it's
Making a
freaking
face and
whiskey.
everything. Look at him.
It
That
He's
looks
is
like
making a
not no
face.
Hennessy.
I was like, what is he drinking?
He's
I was
over here like,
That's not-
he's like,
so
that's
good."
got a bite. That's got a bite on the end. I should have put some
Put
stevia
some
in there.
Man, I used
I
to
should have
start.
put stevia in there.
I usually start drinking apple cider this time of year. I haven't started. I need to start doing that.
Yeah, I'm
Freaking right.
I'm full suburban
Is that
yuppie
pumpkin?
right now.
Lemon shandy.
Pumpkin.
Well,
Hey, Ty, what's that?
pumpkin.
Ty, what's
Harvest.
that foo-foo drink you drinking, Ty?
This is Bloody Mary.
It's a Bloody Mary. That ain't foo-foo.
Bloody Mary is the breakfast
Yeah,
for
go ahead
alcoholics.
and get some foo-foo if you want it.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know.
Hey, so my mom actually got COVID. She
Oh,
was in the hospital. She was in the hospital for about 10 days, and
Damn.
I didn't even
she
know about that.
developed pneumonia behind it, and she's
Mm.
on dialysis. So it was pretty touch and go there for a minute, but
Is she out now? You said
yeah,
10 days,
she's been
so
out. She's been out of the hospital for probably about three
About a
weeks.
month. About a month now, ain't it, Sue?
Yeah, 3
damn.
weeks to a month. Yeah, something like that.
Well, why
Oh,
didn't you tell
good.
nobody, dude?
I
I mean,
did
Shit,
tell you
I knew.
clowns.
I knew.
I guess
I
you
put it
told
in
the
the group
close one.
chat.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
I
you
knew.
thought
did.
It ain't
actually, I
long.
Reese
think I
knew.
do remember that now. Actually,
Yeah.
that
Reese
was a
knew. Yeah,
long
I put it in
time
the group
ago.
chat.
Yeah.
I would have
No,
been
I
checking
don't.
It
up,
was a
man.
long time ago in Joel's world, but it's only 3 weeks ago for us.
Yeah, that must have been one of them days y'all sent 200 texts and
Oh,
I
it's
didn't
fun.
quite get
You're
that far
right,
back.
because I didn't get that at all.
There are. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie. There are
I put it
times
in
I
the group
look at
chat
my phone and I see there's like 320 text messages. I'm like, I'm not reading up on this.
just
Like,
because.
I'm gonna
But
try
Hey,
and catch up
if
later.
you want,
Well,
if you want to be part of this bloodline, you got to keep your veins open. So you might have to skim through sometimes. You might have to call
Yeah.
somebody and be like, "Hey,
yeah,
what
you're
I
right.
miss?" Because I've done that more than once. I'm like, "Hey, man, what y'all talking about?" Because I ain't got time to read all that. We'll get you
Oh,
up to
I do
speed.
that. I've
You
done
seen
that.
Hey,
one? You seen one of my
I did
briefing
that the other
texts? You
day.
liked it, Joel, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
TJ was like, "Hey, what y'all talking about? I can't read all this."
I ain't
Right.
gonna read it all. I ain't gonna do it.
But you would come
Hey,
in on
how
a
does
part of
she?
the conversation, and it'd be like something good you want to comment on, but you're like, "Wait a minute, I don't want to speak out of turn. Let me go back and see what happened."
Oh my gosh.
So,
Well, how did she get COVID to be in the hospital for 10 days? Where was
uh,
she at? That.
they, my aunt passed from COVID,
Oh, I'm sorry
and
to hear that.
Sorry, man.
oh, sorry to
she
hear
was in a
that.
nursing home, and uh, they had a service for it, which I was strongly against. I was like, I think you guys should just, maybe just
Yeah.
do a memorial service, kind of virtual kind of thing. But you know, that's like their oldest sister, so you know, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, my aunt
So
had it. So one aunt had it, she passed. My other aunt had it, and they were all traveling together. So my mom got it, my niece got it, and I think that was it. So, and
Mm.
my niece was she wasn't bad. She lost her smell and taste for a while, but she was down for about maybe 5 days, something like that.
right.
So
Man, it
Damn, bro.
it's it's so weird because COVID affects so many people in so many different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Um
does.
we I work we right now we have about 15 active cases in the store.
In the
So
store.
yeah.
Damn.
So I
he
mean
said in the store.
I'm
We
just
ain't.
thinking like
I'm
that's
afraid
so
it.
that's insane. Just thinking
I
there's that
wouldn't
many
say
in just
that.
one store. I mean, well, we're not gonna say
Don't
what
go
store,
there.
but we're just gonna say like there's that many. I mean, obviously they're not letting them
That
come to
many
work.
employees. That
Yeah,
many
in one
employees.
location. Yeah.
But you
yeah, I
but you
mean
got to
it's
what y'all got
it's
like
over 300 of us.
that's why I said it's 200 to 300 of you, so that's really a
plus
small
plus
percentage.
plus the whatever amount of customers actually come in each day, you know.
Right.
But the
Probably 10,000.
so probably yeah, probably that. But we so one girl, I won't say any names, but one girl, she like
Felicia,
so
Tracy,
yeah.
Jennifer.
Just start
You
throwing
gotta call
names out
Tracy a
there.
I
girl.
know.
Aquavia
But
or some
hey,
shit. I don't know.
so so
It's
this
messed
so
up, bro.
one
It's messed up.
so
Hey, I
one
said the
girl.
girl Tracy, not guy Tracy.
Yeah, he accentuated the E.
I.e.
Tracy
That's
Chapman.
crazy. But one
That's what I
one
said.
girl, she pretty much said she lost her sense of taste, had a fever, and then this other girl on the deep end, she said from day one to day two, I mean till 2 weeks and a half, her chest felt like an elephant was sitting on it. Like she could barely breathe.
Damn.
She could uh she could barely breathe. She had a fever. Uh she just said she probably was the worst, you know what I mean?
That reminds
Just
me of
feeling
that when we interviewed that doctor, um, and he was
Ab,
yeah, your
ab,
doc. He was talking about how it's the dumb they call it like a dumb virus because not because it's stupid or anything. It's just that it makes your body not know what to attack, so it attacks everything. So that's why it affects everyone so different. I keep thinking about that a
Right.
lot. I think about that a lot.
Yeah,
So
so
Dr. Alfred
I
Johnson.
think that's
Right.
why it's kind of hard for people to pinpoint like what you exactly should do. So that's why they tell you to do so much. But
Yeah.
we had we had a guy who got it, and I was not in close contact with him, but I was in the vicinity of him, so I did quarantine myself. I didn't get sick or nothing like that. He was out for about a week, and then
Mm.
uh, I mean I've been seeing it all around me a lot, but I honestly think I had it back in February because
That's
Uh,
that's what I that's what I said also. Cause I was back in February before all this news popped off. I for 3 days straight I was running like 101, 102, and
mine was two
but
days.
I could still move around. I was just a little slower, and then
yeah,
in
you might have
March
had
that's
COVID.
when well in March and that's what really kicked it off. But the crazy thing is when I really knew I needed to go to the doctor. I was picking Damani up from school and I sneezed and my whole body just kind of vibrated. I don't know
it just
exactly,
felt more
but
jarring, maybe.
it was more jarring, and also it was like I can't even think of the exact feeling, but I knew right then I needed to go see a doctor, and they just said it was the flu, but this was
I
before
think
COVID got popular.
now see
Right.
now that's a misconception because COVID was known to be a problem back in November. Uh, they
Well,
hadn't really they really
publicly.
haven't identified any cases in America until like January. So by February they was kind of like this might be a problem.
That is a
By
good.
Right.
February by
There wasn't a
February
name with it.
oh yeah there
Well,
was
there was a
by
name. Yeah,
February
it was in
the
China
World
by
Health
then.
Organization
Well, by
had already
February it
came
was.
in January, the World Health Organization already said, "Hey, this is
Yeah,
some bad stuff going on over here. We
right.
trying to get in to see what's going on." And China was a little bit standoffish. They're like, "No, we good. We got it. We got it." So that's what made them really start kind of saying there must be something else to it. You saying it's good, but you have completely shut down a whole city from the
Hmm.
rest of the country. Something else is going on.
Right.
It makes
So
me
Right.
wonder because when the cases first started showing up, in Washington and New York, and we're like, oh my gosh, thank God it's over there and not here. But we didn't have enough test kits. I mean, it could have been more widespread. Even
easily,
Let me get a
like,
easily.
the
panorama
first
on
case may have
these.
been somewhere else entirely in the
Well,
states.
they were
Yeah,
also
I
saying that Europe was a good was could have been a source of it coming over here too,
Oh, I wouldn't.
because
Doesn't surprise me.
people were
I
traveling
wouldn't. Yeah, it
between
wouldn't surprise me.
China and Europe quite a bit, and some of those people that was
Yeah.
in China came back to the states, and so it was like wildfire. I think that
Hey, you know what? You know what's so crazy? So our school, my daughter's school, which is an elementary school, had no cases. Right. Within a week's time, they've had 20 cases. It just spreads like wildfire in a week,
hmm
and that's students and faculty. It's crazy, bro. Like it spreads so fast
We got
and it
Right.
hits so hard.
was it 14 days or was it actually just a week that we went from 8 million cases in America to over 9 million.
Hello, everyone.
So we
it
gained a
was
million more cases
That man,
faster.
it's probably a week.
I think
It
it was a
was
week. I don't want to
it was
in
misquote
a
it.
crazy.
I don't
week,
want to
in a
misquote
week.
that, but I mean, I
hmm
think it was either a week or 2 weeks that we gained a million cases, and that was
Yeah.
the
Right.
fastest we've
So
ever done it.
Dude, that's a lot.
right.
That is a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
And then
man.
I've heard a lot of stuff be like, well, we need to stop doing all this testing because that's just making people paranoid. But to me, I feel like everybody should just get a test. Wouldn't
Yeah.
it be easier to figure out where it is?
So
You
I
know
went.
what's so
Yeah.
funny though?
Yeah.
I
That's
think
one way
that
to
we
do it.
all have.
You know,
I
and
think
so
that we.
They Are there enough test kits
No,
for
I
there still
mean,
everybody
aren't.
no,
to get a
No,
we
test?
would have to
no.
outsource some of that. But the thing about it is, if you're searching for a computer virus, you don't test one system, you test all the
Got a
systems.
got a special
Hey!
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, how
Special
you doing?
guest.
What's
How
going
you
on?
doing?
All right.
Good.
I got a
She's gonna
cat
have to
crying
come
out.
Was that a
on
cat
the
just walked
show,
past your
man.
Don't eat. I don't want to even get into that. But how you doing?
Huh?
Said how you doing?
Oh, not bad. Not bad.
All right,
Not bad.
Enjoyed the Friday evening.
that's
I
good.
know that's
we'll,
right.
we'll give them back to you here in a little bit.
Quick question.
Don't. Why
Quick
you
So you'll
pushing her
give
to
them
the
back?
side?
Hang on, Reese
Thank
got a
you.
question.
Wait, quick question. Is TJ drinking Hennessy?
No, he said he's drinking iced tea.
He don't drink alcohol.
No.
You know what
Hey.
that is.
Hey, he over there.
Drinking
He over
some,
there a little
what do you
wobbly.
call it? Ciroc.
Oh.
He ain't drinking no damn Ciroc.
She buzzing
Hey, you know
out.
what? Hey, at least she down for you. She gonna lie. She gonna
He's
lie
drinking
for
it
you,
for
huh?
me right now.
What is
I
what
like
is this?
her.
Some Ciroc.
What is it?
This is sweet tea.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
Give it to the kid. Let the kid sample.
Hey, don't give her the look. Don't give her the look, man. Don't.
He said he said drinking some Ciroc.
Now he
He's
wants me to
like,
leave.
he's like, get out of here. You're putting me in. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, little one.
Say hi.
Come on, say hi. You since you here now.
He said no.
Hey, little one.
You guys
Don't be shy.
stay safe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
y'all
Alright,
too.
too.
Y'all
You too.
All
too.
right. See ya.
All right.
See
All
ya.
right.
So,
Hey, girl.
she's
He's
like,
like, I don't want none of that Hennessy.
Sweet tea, man.
So
Yeah, okay.
I've been like super paranoid about depending on where, because I coached my daughter's soccer team this fall season, and I was
Man,
having
that's
to,
scary.
yeah, I had to do that, and then like every Saturday I went down to the Jefferson City soccer complex, and there was like hundreds and hundreds of people, and every time I got like a cough or sneeze, I got like really nervous, and we actually canceled a game because I wasn't sure if I had it or not, because I
Go.
wasn't feeling well, so I went and got tested, but they did that rapid testing on me.
The
And
rapid
Yeah.
test is not supposed to be like
it's not very
terrible.
accurate.
What's the
They say it's
difference
literally
between a rapid test and a
50%.
regular test?
A regular test takes several days. Okay, and it actually looks for the virus.
They got it down to 3 days now.
Yeah, it's slower, but it actually looks for the virus, and the rapid test only looks for the antigens, basically to see if your body has been producing these antigens to fight the virus, because those antigens will have a certain kind of signature.
Right.
But it's only 50% accurate. I'm like, I could flip a coin and get just as good a test result as this test. But they did it, and I was like, is there another test I can take that's a little more accurate? They go, this is the only one we do.
Right.
And I was like, well, great. And they got it done in like 40 minutes. And it came back
Okay,
negative.
so my question is this: if you have COVID, you get COVID, can you get COVID again?
So here's the thing, what I've been reading, and I'm not
Or
a
is it a
doctor.
one and done?
No, I'm not a doctor, so I can't say for sure. We need to talk to a professional about this. But the strand
I'm right
is yeah, it's super. The strand evolves so quickly that you
Yeah.
may develop an immunity to one strand of it, but you might get sick with another newer evolved strand. And they're not even
So this
100% sure.
So
You can't
it's pretty
get,
much just like the flu.
yeah, but this thing is it's evolving very quickly. But they
The-
still
the
can't even
problem
eliminate out that you can't get sick by the same strand.
From what I've heard from what I've been following is that they're saying that there is a level of immunity, but it's limited.
Yeah.
So like,
Mm.
say you get it today, you might be immune to,
Oh, we lost him.
Oh,
and then you're
It's froze.
susceptible again.
Like 4 months or
So-
something.
I heard 8 weeks. That was from.
They don't
Fauci.
know. See, they don't know.
That's what I'm saying. But they said that there's been people who like contracted it 2 months later. So
Right.
I think a lot of it depends on your immune system, how it reproduces the antigens for it or whatever. I think it all depends on the person. If you're
Yeah.
susceptible to infection because you have other underlying things, then you're more likely to catch it again. So that's why the vaccine, they're saying the vaccine is so important at this point to try
Yeah.
to
Right.
stamp it out.
And a
Hey,
lot of people were
can I
trying
Did
can
to.
I
y'all
ask
know-
y'all a question?
Did y'all know that they
Here, hold on,
that
Ty.
they announced that they're gonna that smallpox has been eradicated?
Oh yeah, they said that like 2 years ago, 4 years ago.
No, this is like recently. They said they would have it done, but as of 2 weeks ago, they said there's like no more cases anywhere. Like they wiped it out. Smallpox because
Did you
they had
know?
a
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Actually, Ty had a question. Let's do him first. Mine's kind of going back to that, but what'd you question, Ty?
Now, mine's not relevant to this conversation. So go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna say, smallpox it's pretty much been eradicated now with vaccines. I thought the plague had been eradicated, but apparently
Which
the plague.
the bubonic plague?
I don't know bubonic or I don't know all of them, but the
I think it
plague.
was called a
It
blue
was
blind.
the
Blue,
plague, I guess. It's
blue,
naturally occurring
blue
because there
blind.
are parts of California. If you
Bubonic.
go into in the mountains, some of the wildlife just has it. Like it's just
Oh, really?
naturally occurring in nature. So you gotta be careful if you go to certain parts of California. I guess way up in the mountains, it's there, and because that's
Oh.
how they
What
had some of
what
these
what
plague
what about
cases.
the rickets and the scurvies?
Oh well, scurvy you can treat that with like lemon juice and stuff. That's
That's
why
why I drink
sailors.
Corona with lime.
Yeah, and that's why sailors always had lemons on the ships, because that's how they dealt with scurvy.
That was a
But
good one.
What was you about to say, Ty?
Who's winning in y'all fantasy football? Has that affected Corona anything?
have you guys? I haven't enjoyed fantasy football this year, not at all.
How is that going? Is it different than last year with the Corona stuff going on?
Yeah, games
Fantasy
are getting
football?
shuffled around. It's I don't like it. It's and
Yep,
like
Well,
and
players
you
get
and
knocked out for COVID, and
yep, and you can't. It's just like
it's not fun.
so. It's basically like they're injured. If
Yeah,
if they don't get to play, it's like they're injured and you can't do anything about it. You just gotta either trade them, drop them,
Mm.
or if you have somebody on the bench to replace them, you can replace them. But hey, I was
It,
I was gonna say this about COVID before we went off on a different subject.
yeah, go ahead.
So one of the vendors his wife got it, so he had the quarantine for 2 weeks, but the
Mm.
doctor the doctor basically told him that you that she could get it again, but it would take up to 3 months for I mean I'm sorry 3 weeks for her to get it again if she did get it. Now he didn't say anything about a different strand of it. He just said because I thought it was just COVID-19 and not
well, they're not 100% sure it's the
Cheerleader
different
pub.
strands that they can get infected with. They just noticed that they have been finding more strands of it. So then it brought up the question of are they getting reinfected with the same strand, or is it a different strand, and that's how they're getting reinfected.
so
So
so is it so it but it's just one virus that's treating one strand and not like the flu with multiple strands of the flu virus.
well, they found multiple strands of this one. Is from what I've read.
Yeah. No,
Some
what
of
I'm
them
saying is
some of them are
what I'm
not
saying
as
is it
contagious
just
though.
one the what?
Some of them are not as contagious. So what they're basically saying, what Joel's saying to you is that the virus has mutated some in different places. So mutated to a point to where they can't treat it, no, but mutated nonetheless.
Yeah.
So they don't feel like the medicines and the what's the word I'm looking for? The therapeutics that they're coming up with. They don't feel like the virus is mutating enough to where those won't also be able to be treated by the same therapeutics and vaccines. They
Yeah.
haven't seen that yet. So
Mm.
that's what when they say the virus has different strands, it's mutating.
Yeah, I don't, and I think a lot of countries, even America, a little bit was kind of hoping on a little bit of herd immunity. It's not going to happen. They're giving up on
Yeah.
that.
Well,
Big
Well,
Mike?
it's
that
because the
that
herd
What's
basically
immunity
up,
comes
Big
thing
from that.
Mike?
it's just so risky. I mean,
Yeah, it's super
you gotta be
risky.
willing to accept more people dying. That's what
Yeah.
that's what it boils down to. So everybody's got
I
their
think
eyes
we
on
all
Switzerland.
got COVID. I think we all had it. Some
Everybody's got
people
their eye
just
on
affects
Switzerland right
differently.
now because Switzerland did
Well,
this
that's
whole herd immunity thing, so they're trying to see how that's working out.
Yeah,
and
I don't know. I heard someone say that I haven't been following Switzerland, but I heard somebody say that they've given up on that. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
accurate though.
well
So I don't know if they're
that's
starting to do shutdowns or not, but I know that that's what they were trying to go with. They're just like we're just gonna see how many
Are
we can
y'all
get.
ready for the purge?
that's
No.
What?
hey that's more voter suppression.
Yeah.
So speaking of voting, have any of y'all voted early? I did.
So I wanted
Nope.
to vote early
I
because
voted back in September.
I've been hearing all this stuff about, there's going to be longer lines just because of, social distancing, and there's probably going to be a much larger turnout this year. But I looked up if I could vote early in my district, and they're like, no, unless I did
What?
absentee. Unless I
They
did
can't tell
absentee.
you.
They can't.
Oh,
So that's what early voting is. You just go there and
yeah,
say,
yeah.
I
Oh,
want to
okay.
vote
That's the question.
today.
Like, I couldn't
Yeah.
find
No,
any
just go in there
information
and
on saying if I could. How early do I have to request my absentee?
No,
ballot?
you can.
No,
you
you don't
can
have to
vote
13
early.
days.
13 days.
So
13 days. You can request your absentee ballot 13 days before you
Oh.
that's
elect.
if they're gonna
Well,
mail it to your house.
too
That's if
late
they're
now.
gonna
Yeah.
mail it to your house.
Oh, okay.
Hang on. So that's
It's-
different.
Yeah,
So you go
business
wherever
days.
wherever you are registered at, which is probably wherever you last lived in Ashland.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, and I'm
So
registered,
you
I
would-
think, in this area too. So it's like, but we
So-
go to the same area. So
You got to go to the county seat. So whatever county you're in, Boone County.
yeah,
So you would go to the Boone County Boone County
courthouse.
clerk's
Oh,
clerk's office, show them your ID, and they will give you your ballot. Because even if you requested a mail-in ballot and you didn't get it, or you didn't feel like you was gonna mail it back in time, you still can go vote in person. You
Mhm.
understand? You got to understand that. And a lot of people don't know that. You still can go vote in person, and you still can go vote early. You can go tomorrow if you want it. No, you can't go
Yeah.
tomorrow. You go Monday.
Yeah,
They-
I might
oh,
do
Oh,
that.
only thing they
no,
gonna
you
ask
can't go
Joe-
tomorrow. He can't go tomorrow because this is the last Saturday before election day. So you
Joe-
can go tomorrow.
Okay.
Only thing they're gonna ask you, Joe, is they're gonna ask you the reason why.
And all you
You
gotta
get
do
to
is
say,
say,
I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna
gonna
be here.
I'm not gonna be here.
Yeah.
You don't have to prove it. You just
Yeah.
have
I
to
was gonna
say, I'm
say,
not
do you
gonna be
have
here,
to
or
prove that you're not going
I'm
to be in
not-
the county?
I'm not gonna be in the county.
Shoot, I
on
could even just say
November
I'm
2nd.
What's up?
concerned about virus or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I
Hey,
mean?
man,
a lot
hey.
of people are saying that.
Joel, what's up with the what's you got on your
Okay,
laptop,
so
bro?
during our break,
Why
my
do you
wife
have
my wife went and
cat
got
on your
this
lap?
cat.
Oh,
His name
what
is
the-
Kelsey. Go figure. And
His
so-
name is Kelsey. Look like a
Grammar.
little pussy. He look like a little pussy.
So she got this guy. She's been asking to get a cat for a long time, and I finally buckled. I was like, "Fine, we'll get a cat." And so we got
I think
the
it's
cat.
your cat.
No, I take no ownership.
That
I'm,
cat.
I'm
has
a
been around
dog
you since
person.
you've been
I'm a dog
that
person.
that cat's been on your lap like 3 times.
I know he's
That's-
annoying as
that's-
hell.
That's your cat.
Well, so here's the thing.
Stroking it. He's
I was.
stroking it.
Oh, I
So
I
what you
so
saying
confused.
is Joe got pussy on his lap.
Yep.
every
Yes.
day.
Yeah.
But so
JQ.
she got this
JQ,
cat, and she
okay.
was like, "Oh my gosh,
You got a lot
what?
of kids. I guess that's true.
He has a sister back at this place where she got him." And I was like, "No, one cat's enough. We don't need more than one cat. We already got 2
So you got
dogs,
2 cats
2
now?
guinea pigs. Yeah, I got 2 cats now." She came home one day, and she just kind of cracked the door open in the basement and looked inside. I'm watching TV, and she just looked at me and smiled like that. And I was like, "You got the cat, didn't you?" And she's like, "Don't be mad." And then she brought in this little, and her name is Luna. And yeah,
Luna.
yeah, in
They live in the house or they outdoor cats?
pure indoor. Not gonna go outside.
Oh, what the hell?
So.
So
I ain't
Joel's
gonna
been
be able to
raised.
come over to whiskey night to your house because I'm allergic to cats.
Oh no! If we do that, we're gonna be doing it outside or upstairs, and we can lock them downstairs. So
I heard
yeah,
cigar smoke kills COVID.
I hope so.
Hey,
Man, I
bro,
have
that
not
shit.
smoked a cigar in so long. I mean, like
I have.
last year, I
I
probably
stopped
smoked
smoking.
a bunch of cigars. This year, I've only smoked. I can literally count how many cigars. I've only smoked 3 cigars this whole year.
Before 2 weeks ago, before my aunt passed away, I was smoking cigars avidly. Like,
Don't
just
tease me with that.
This
Really?
is
Yeah.
it was
a
dope.
this is a nub nuance. It's a fall blend.
The nub is
A nub?
is my favorite cigar, hands down.
Have you seen the
I'm not
fall
like this
harvest?
big, bro.
No. Do you have? Get me one.
Oh, that's
I'll
dope.
pay you back. Give me one. I'll
Fall
pay you back.
harvest. Here you go.
Okay,
You can
thank
take
you. Oh.
I bought a.
You
I
don't.
bought, I bought
You don't
plenty,
have
so I'll
them
give you one.
Hubbards.
Say
What
it
type-
again.
How many cigars did you buy?
I bought a pack of those. I bought like
Oh.
12, 24.
You
whatever
gotta
it
buy the
was.
special ones. So
Yeah, they don't have those all the time. I that's the first time I ever seen those.
Ty, why are you
Okay.
buying
Bubble-
cigars? You never
Is that
finish
bubble
one.
gum? Is that bubble
Nah,
gum?
It's
you
half
been
smoked.
smoking?
It's half smoked.
You been smoking it? That's what
What
you
is
had
that?
for your birthday.
An
Is
Oscar.
that a Hubbard?
That's a fancy label. I've never heard
How
of
long?
it though.
Where you been keeping that thing at?
That's what he had for his birthday.
Actually,
man.
that's smart.
Just
Keep it in a
laying
bag.
out.
Just keep it in
Is
a
it
bag.
in the fridge?
Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
In the fridge?
No, Ziploc bag's good. I've never
that's-
put them in the fridge.
You don't have no humidor.
Need some humidity on those things, man. You don't want them dry
Well,
out.
Yeah.
if you don't have a good humidor though, just blow into one of those and seal it off. You're fine.
Put a wet napkin in it,
You can do that. Yeah.
like a damp napkin, and put
Look.
it blow it in. Put a wet
Look.
damp napkin in it.
Right now, the fellas forum is giving some bad advice about
We know you
cigars.
got. We know
I'm
you got
not-
your humidor.
I'm
I
not
know
gonna
you
let
do.
that. I'm not gonna let that go.
I don't
if
have
you-
a travel
ghetto
humidor.
version.
If you are
Those are
storing
awesome.
cigars,
Those are
this
awesome.
is what you need to get.
What
Hey,
is that?
Okay.
we're giving you the bushcraft version of it. Okay, that's
This
like
is,
the nice.
This is
What is that?
It's a humidor
is-
pack.
It's a humidor pack, and you can put this.
Oh.
You can put this inside of a, and it's got like a liquid in it. And once it starts crystallizing, you know you need to change it out.
They last a long time though.
But they're cheap. They're like $4.
Let me get
There
that
you go,
soup.
TJ.
Soup. Let me get that soup.
And when you grow up and you become a big boy, you get you one of these,
Did you get another one?
I ain't a big
a
boy.
little locker.
Oh, that's a new one. That's not
Yeah,
the
I
one I
need
seen you
one.
had before.
That's what he uses when we go play golf.
Yeah, I
When
got
we go
I got
play
a couple
golf,
of
we
them.
got it.
You know, it holds your. Hey, Escar, y'all have to send me something for this because I'm plugging y'all right now,
So
Got
I have a wooden humidor,
and it's
but-
got a tray inside there, and that's where the cigars go.
yeah.
Tag them. Tag
Let me
their
get
ass
that
in
pack
this,
soup
yo.
and put this in there.
So I want to go
Nah,
back
he's
to.
serious. He's serious. Soup, he's
I know he
serious.
is.
You laughing,
I know
he's
he
serious.
is. I know he is.
I kind of want
That's
to go
why I'm
back
laughing.
to sports. Did you guys see the Major League Baseball?
LA Lakers. What about them Laker boys? What
Oh
you
my
talking
gosh.
about?
Oh yeah, I
Fuck
can't.
them
We
Laker
can't. We
boys.
cannot talk about
Let's
You're
that.
not a
go,
Laker
LeBron.
boy.
Let's
You're a
go,
Bulls
LeBron.
fan. You're a
I'm
What
a
was
Bulls
that?
fan.
I'm a
No,
LeBron James fan.
no. You a Bulls fan.
No. I got to side with Ty.
No, yeah,
I
you
gotta
see the
side with
Bulls.
Ty
I'm
on
a
that.
LeBron James
He
fan,
said
bro.
he did say he was a LeBron fan. He did say
I
that.
didn't say I was a Laker
Trash.
fan. I said I'm a LeBron
Hey,
James fan.
Hey, look, somebody going trash.
But you see the Bulls. That might be Mike. Who
Trash.
said that? Was that Mike?
That's Mike.
That
That
was
was
Mike.
Mike.
Mike,
He
only,
got his-
Mike hasn't
he got
turned his
his-
camera on. I don't think he knows
He
that.
got it because he got his skirt on right now. He don't want nobody to see.
Your camera on, man.
You'll be a Butler fan next year, huh?
Yeah,
Hell no.
Oh,
Ain't
Yeah,
nobody. I don't
he
like
would,
Jimmy
Mike.
buckets. That's you.
Mike. He
That's
will.
you and TJ. That's
And
TJ.
LeBron go to Thunder. He'll be a Thunder fan.
Not at all. Never.
Thunder.
No, he'll go to the
He'll never
Pelicans.
go to Thunder.
the
He'll
Pelicans.
never
Wow.
go there either.
I still can't believe Zion went to the Pelicans, but
What was you saying about baseball? Because nobody cares. What
okay,
you say?
okay. So baseball, well, it's important in context of like professional sports and how much they're going to lose during COVID. So MLB, because of all the other precautions they had to take during the COVID, and they couldn't have fans in the stadiums. They between the major franchises, I think it was like $3 or maybe it was $8 billion worth of debt. They
$8
accrued.
billion?
Yeah, let me find it again.
It was $8 billion. I saw that.
Yeah,
story.
it was like
Yeah,
$8
that's-
Here's
billion-
my
that's
question.
right.
$8
Here's my-
billion in debt.
Here's my
took on.
question.
How you in debt?
How did they take debt on? How did they
Oh,
get?
I don't
debt?
know. I don't know. I
Because
Didn't
if you're
see it.
not if you're not employing the people to work the stands like you normally would, or using
You should be saving money.
the amount of resources and things that you would be consuming, if you're entertaining that many people, how are you losing money?
I imagine they shuffled staff around and maybe even had to hire more because now not only do it's not like they had to like hire people for the stands, they had to hire people to wipe
Yeah.
everything down and clean everything all the freaking
Them
time.
people already exist.
Yeah, but they didn't have people going in there fumigating and wiping everything down. They had to like just
They already
general
exist.
wiping. They were like general wiping. It's very different
Have
process.
Have you ever seen an NFL locker room
Not in
like,
person,
like
no.
before a game day?
Not in person, no.
It's immaculate in there before them guys walk in.
But is it sanitized?
always-
Is the question.
It's immaculate.
But it's not sanitized, is what I'm saying.
Do you know what the word immaculate means?
I know what immaculate means, but I'm just saying. You say if you look to a guy and tell
So
him make this
if
room
I'm-
immaculate, he's not going to make it a clean room. I mean,
If
he's going to.
It is. Yeah, what I'm saying
Hey,
is like
they ain't missed
they
it.
clean
They
off.
ain't missed it.
they clean off. They are now. They missed it now.
They're
They
fumigating.
clean off all the helmets, They cleaned off all the shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Everything is wiped down. So now they're probably just sanitized. Those people already
Are you
exist.
$8 billion in the hole when nobody's in the stadium? I don't get it.
They lost.
I
a
look
lot
at
of
it.
That ain't
money.
adding up.
I look at it
Ty,
as they probably
this-
thinking it as a
this-
loss because they didn't
This
sell
is
tickets.
why they're in the hole. This is why they're because when they have home games and stuff, they generate revenue,
Yes.
and that revenue is to pay for costs that they got to pay the players. Them players are making millions of dollars on their roster, and they're not generating revenue from selling in the concession stands, selling tickets, and nothing like that. The only revenue they're getting in is from the TV, and
You
that
can still
revenue
get from
is divided-
merchandise. Yeah.
and that
Dirt
revenue is
endorsements,
divided into
merchandise.
30 teams. And without people coming to them home games buying food and concession and tickets and stuff, they're not making a profit. They're losing. They're
Yeah.
losing.
You know
They
who's
lost
not
a lot
losing
of
money
money.
right now? The Dodgers ain't losing no money because they about
That-
to sell a lot of stuff.
Well, the Dodgers, even their that whole division has ranked up. That I mean, you can't say one team.
Hey, but on sports, did y'all notice something? That the first time the worst, the heartbreakers of the NFL won a championship, the goddamn world ended.
I
They ain't
think
supposed
you're
to win.
funny. I
They're not
think you're
supposed to win.
funny.
They're supposed to lose.
I just think it's so funny
Just-
how much
just
you
think-
guys are
just think
butthurt
about
about that.
Just think about it. The Chiefs, 50 years. The Dodgers, 32 years. The Lakers, 10 years. The world coming to an end.
Hey,
What
Hey,
the
did
heck?
The
y'all-
Lakers are still.
did y'all know
or-
something else? Did y'all know something else?
What?
So in the spring when the clocks went forward, the moon was full. And this year when the clocks go back, the moon will be full. The moon hasn't been full on Halloween since 1943.
Creepy.
Where'd you hear that from? Show me that.
I do the math.
So-
Oh, you do the
I pay
math?
attention to everything.
Ah,
I'm
you into
everywhere.
You
listen to
So
you listen to
basically-
Stop Talk
Super
Radio.
Illuminati.
Set you know what, Reese? Set your podcast, YouTube watching ass
Come on,
up.
bring it. Come on, bring it. Come on,
Dr.
Come on.
Shabazz ass motherfucker.
come on,
Shut up.
bring it. Come on, bring it. But you know
What
you
you
got. You know you didn't read that stat. You
I did
heard
read
it.
it. I did read it. Want
you
me to show
heard-
it to you?
It was on
Yeah,
Yahoo News.
KRCG.
It
You
was.
read it on
It was.
KRCG.
It was on Yahoo
hey,
News.
Hey,
It was.
I ain't never heard that before.
That's
I've never heard that before, but
Y'all
it is
got to
what
get
it
outside
is,
the
though.
bubble. Y'all got to think about more than the game. Y'all got to look at what's going on around you.
I gotta look at the astrology.
Man, I tell
Hey,
you what.
you know what? You know what
honestly,
else?
Here,
There hasn't
I'll tell you what.
been a forest fire like this in Colorado ever.
Colorado don't have forest fire.
Excuse me?
What?
Colorado has a forest fire right now.
Dude,
Man,
Yeah.
mute your mic.
I lived in Colorado when they were having those forest fires last time, and they almost
Uh-huh.
freaking burned down Colorado Springs. I mean, it was bad.
They
I
said
haven't
this is
I
the
haven't
worst
heard
ever.
Yeah, the
They said
Black
this the
Forest
worst
was
ever.
almost gone.
Okay,
Yeah,
I haven't
it's
heard
in
that.
Colorado Springs right now. They said it's like the worst one they ever had. Like, and they had snow,
Wow.
and they still don't have it quite contained. I think they said it got like 50% contained or something like that.
That sucks.
You sure
'cause,
that,
man,
you sure that they ain't like burn a blunt and throw it in the woods
So-
or something and the shit lit up?
when it happened in 24 was it 2014? I think it was 2014 or 2013 was when I was out there, and they
It's
were
legal.
almost convinced that it was all arson, and because there was fires
Oh yeah, that was
restarting a lot.
that was the first time I heard.
Yeah, that was really
But yeah,
bad.
I
I mean,
mean,
you
'cause-
couldn't even see the mountain. I
Yeah.
was like, Colorado Springs is at the foot of the mountain. You couldn't see the mountains because there was so much smoke.
That's that illegal weed they smoking, man. I'm telling you, everybody just throwing their shit outside.
Everyone
Say
throwing
they
the
come
blunts
from the
way
earth.
up the mountain.
From the
Yeah,
earth, from
you
the
could
earth.
all these beautiful roads you can ride on, and you could drive through all the burn scars, and it was
All
really
right.
kind of depressing.
All right, here it is, Reese. I got one for you. What do you think about Lil Wayne?
Oh my gosh, I want to hear about
Oh.
this. Yes, I
So-
do.
He's the greatest
here.
rapper
I-
alive.
I want to hear about Lil Wayne, and I want to hear about Ice Cube.
And 50
What do you
Cent.
think?
Okay,
And
so-
50 Cent.
Oh, Ice Cube said some faulty
Yeah.
stuff too. Go ahead, Reese.
Go ahead,
Okay,
Dr. Shabazz. Speak
So
up.
okay. So I have been follow. I was before y'all got to talking. So I stopped watching the news because it's all depressing.
Yeah, it is.
So I haven't watched the news in a couple of months. So but I have been keeping my eye on Ice Cube, and I did read earlier that Lil Wayne and another rapper said that they were endorsing Trump or something
50
like
Cent.
that. But so Lil Wayne, Kanye, distraction. Don't care. Fuck them. Distraction. They're trying.
It
That's just
is
how I see it. They're trying to distract you from November 3rd, right? So I don't care about those two.
November 3rd.
Do
Yeah, but
you?
Ice Cube. Well, hold on. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Finish your thought. I don't want to interrupt you.
Okay,
I thought you were
but
done.
okay. Ice Cube. You got to do a little. You got to do a little more research. Me and Brian's had this conversation before. I don't think
Yeah.
any of the rest of us have had it on the pod. But Ice Cube. So dig a little deeper. Ice Cube started. I think it's called the Contract with Black America. Is what he presented to both sides, Democrat and
Mm-hmm.
Republican. The Democrats told him that basically we'll look it over, but we won't deal with we won't do anything, or we won't deal with you until after the election, right?
Right.
Then
Trump.
he took it to the Republicans. Now Ice Cube did not uh just come out of his ass with this contract with Black America. He hired some of the smartest, not some political, some non-political
Individuals.
minds, individual minds to help with this contract. So on that being said, he brought it to the Republicans. The Republicans looked it over and said, "We like some of your points. We're going to initiate some of this, or we're going to put some of this in the quote unquote platinum plan, which is some bull crap." But basically, the way I see it is that the Republicans basically tried to use Ice Cube and his contract with Black America to get
I don't
some
think they try to use them, Reese.
to get some props, because what he tried to do was something noble, is what he tried to do. But
Right.
they made it seem like he was he's on their side, which he's like me. I don't care about Democrat, I don't care about Republican. I care about humanity. And both sides are fucking up humanity.
Yeah,
That's me.
I
Now,
have to agree. I am not. I obviously I'm not. I don't like Trump right now, but I am not like infatuated with the Democratic Party. I mean, to be honest, they have both of them are working so hard to polarize America, and they tell you who your enemy is, and who you have to hate, and how to hate them, and what they
mhm,
believe, as opposed to letting you go and listen to the other side and realize that they're not that much different than you, and you just have a slightly different point of view because you have different life experiences. If we all just talked to each other, we wouldn't have as many arguments, and have like ending relationships. Everyone, I've been hearing so many people are ending relationships with friends and family over this Republican Democratic bullshit. And I'm like, you should be,
mhm,
this should be a situation of conversations and
right.
talking about issues as opposed to ending relationships. And
Well,
it's the dumbest thing ever.
I think the thing with Ice Cube is a timing thing for me. I think he absolutely got put in a situation where he could be used. Uh, to me, if you want to do this contract with Black America thing, you should have waited until after the election to see who's going to be in power. You can't take something to a a candidate that's not in office because he can't do anything with it. He can't make you a promise on something. So he's saying that, hey, you know what? If we get elected, we'll see what's going on. Trump, absolutely. Hey man, yeah, platinum plan sounds good. Let me just throw this in there. We'll make it happen right now. You know, I'm the great deal maker. So
I
to
think
try to,
Biden could have said. I mean, he's already saying a ton of things that he wants to do when he gets into office. He could have put that
I
on the
get that.
plate.
I get that.
Yeah,
But
but that don't mean he gonna get it done.
Well,
he
no, of
did put it
course
on the
not.
plate, saying that, yes, it's a good idea. We want to look into it. right now for him, to me, he's trying to focus on trying to win the election.
He is.
I
He
mean,
has his ticket. How he's going to run. It's the environment and it's the virus. That's how he. That's his ballot
and
Right.
basically.
So
Right. Right.
I don't think that Biden is so much trying to him personally. I don't think he's trying to polarize and say everybody should hate this other side.
No, he's not, and I do like
I
that
don't think he's do
message.
that. I think there are some people in that party though that are pushing that agenda, just like on the other side.
Oh yes, if
Like
you
the Trump is running his own thing. He is saying that I'm your only choice. Telling black people what do you got to lose and all this kind of crap.
in
Right.
white
And
suburban
his
moms need to vote for
his
me.
his motivation is money.
Absolutely.
Because if you're not gonna have no money if you don't vote for me. That's the only thing you need to know. You ain't gonna have no guns and you ain't gonna have no money. That's all you need to know.
Right.
Everything else is gonna work itself out because I promise you it's gonna be the most beautiful, the best, blah blah blah. But you're gonna have more money than you ever had, and you're gonna have more guns and you're gonna be able to shoot. That's all that's his focus. So I think he's doing most of the polarizing. But if you notice, like the Mitch McConnells and the what's the other guy? The other
Lindsey
name,
Graham.
Lindsey Graham. Them guys are
Lindsay.
have been very quiet.
Right.
You haven't heard
They've
nothing
been
from them
trying to.
dudes.
That's for sure.
They have been silent.
Lindsey
2 years,
Graham's in trouble.
the last 2 years, them guys have been silent.
Right.
Now,
Right.
the first 2 years,
have that.
they had something to say.
Absolutely.
Not now. They're like, ooh, this dude is taking it to another level. And so we're just gonna step back and watch what happens. That's why you have things like the Lincoln Party. You ever heard of that?
The Lincoln
Yeah.
Project.
The
That's
Lincoln the
it's
Lincoln Party.
is it the
Party.
Lincoln Party? I've heard the Lincoln
Yeah.
Project.
Lincoln Party, Lincoln Project. I think they're all kind of the same
It's
thing.
all a big conspiracy theory, though. The one I'm thinking of.
No. This is a group of individuals who are Republicans. They're registered Republicans, and they're just like, we just gonna punt because Trump is not taking the Republican Party the way we want to take it.
Well,
We're
he's
gonna
not a
punt.
true conservative. He's not
Exactly,
conservative
and
at
that's
all.
what they're saying. It's like this dude is not a conservative, so we don't want to be tied to him. So we're gonna take the L for the 4 years, and then try to come back with a stronger candidate. You didn't hear about nothing like that in past years of Republican president nominees. You never heard nothing like that. Even with their worst Republican nominees, you never heard nothing like that.
Hey, can I
So
ask y'all a question?
yeah,
You already said hi.
Do we as voters do we elect the president or the electoral college elect the president? How does that work?
the
Because
the
I hear
electoral
so many different things that I'm
the
confused on who actually elects the president.
so
the electoral college elects the president.
so how you get electoral votes is based on the popular vote of the districts that the electoral uh that the electorals, I can't say think of the name of the word, what the word I'm looking for. So there's a representative for that
Mm-hmm.
district.
Right.
So say just let's take Cole County. So Cole County has a representative for
You
our
want to get
district,
into that?
and we have, let's say, 3 electoral votes.
Right.
So they take the popular vote of our county and say, okay, this Joel won. Joel won by
Obviously,
30,000 votes
yeah.
in this district of Cole County. So our 3 electoral
Right.
votes are going to go for Joel.
hmm
So in another county, say Reese won. Reese won by, you know, 20,000 votes
Landslide.
in that county, and that part of the county had enough population to have 5 electoral votes. So you take Joel's got 3, Reese has got 5, so Reese wins. So now the state comes together and says, okay, who got the most electoral votes in your state?
Right.
And they
Right.
say Reese got the most. So the whole state gives all 8 of the electoral votes to Reese. That makes sense?
Okay.
That's how it works. So
So
that's why
actually, the electoral vote is the actual people that elects the president.
Yeah, so
Yes, but you
they're
only have
required.
so many.
Yeah,
But you only
You
have
only
so
got
many.
so
It-
many per state.
It
So many
depends
per
on the amount
district.
of how many people you
California
have
and
in
New
the
York
House
have
and the
way
Senate.
more.
Yeah, it depends
Okay.
on how many
So does
representatives your state has.
Yeah.
does our vote count then?
Yes,
Yeah.
so technically your vote goes into winning of electoral vote. But here's the
Right.
thing I thought was interesting. I heard this thing on NPR and I didn't get to finish hearing the whole bit. But they were talking about how when the electoral college was introduced, and I wish I'd heard the rest of it. I'll have to look it up. Was that it was when the popular vote was the primary way of winning, and they said the southern states were worried that they were going to lose to the larger northern states, and
Right.
especially when with
That was actually a
they're
little
right.
bit reversed. That was actually a little bit
Was it?
reversed.
Well, they were saying it was that way.
Well,
That's what they were saying in this
it
one bit.
was, but when the southern states got the their legislators to say, "Hey, we're down here taking care of all these slaves. We need to have more votes
Yeah,
to say what we're doing." So that's when they let say, "Okay, your
exactly.
slave is
So
going to be worth half a man." So
Mm-hmm.
if you had 500 slaves, then you got half a man vote. So one person who owned enough slaves could cast several ballots.
yeah, so they were
So
saying basically it was
That's why they came into that electoral college and they said, okay, we don't have any slaves in the north, so we're gonna lose. So we got to do something about that. So they said, okay, even though you got that many people, you only get this many votes in the electoral college, and we get this many votes in electoral college, and whoever wins the most of those,
yeah.
that's who decides the president.
I
So
wish
that's
I'd
kind
heard
of where
the
that
rest of the
stemmed from.
bit. I had to get out of my car because I was listening to it in the car. But I mean, the way they were pitching it, from what I could tell, was that they were trying to abolish the electoral college to take it back to just the popular vote, because they were saying that it actually, the way they were saying it was, it actually gave more power to the southern states as opposed to the northern states, and it offset everything in the United States political spectrum, and it hasn't really recovered.
And the smaller states would not have the same voting power as Missouri wouldn't have the same power that California has. And they're trying.
Yeah,
That's what
or
they were
New
trying to.
York and stuff like
You're right.
that.
They're trying
Yeah.
to They tried to regulate that. So that was part of the reason why I feel like you really can't get rid of the electoral college. I think the delegates who represent the states need to vote with the popular vote, because I don't think that always happens.
No,
That's what I
Right.
think. That's what I don't think
Yeah,
always happens. I think that's where that's where it gets jacked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many people talking about so many different things about our vote doesn't matter. Why should we vote? This and that. And I'm like, and it's the electoral college that actually decides everything. And I'm like, man, I really don't know. That's why I asked the questions,
Now
because
here's something.
I'm hearing so many different things.
Here's something that you got to keep in mind. Guess what doesn't go off electoral college? Senators, mayors,
Yeah.
governors.
That's
the
popular vote.
And that's what counts, because I don't give a damn who the president is. If you don't have this House and the Senate on your side, you're not gonna get nothing done.
Yeah.
I
You
have
done
not
I
gonna
did.
have
get nothing
heard time and time again that they said that most of the time when like presidential elections or local elections, the black and Hispanic vote, they habitually do not go and vote because they feel like their vote doesn't count, and they say
That's when it counts the most.
Right.
exactly, and they keep saying if those two demographics, I mean, not even counting the rest of the demographics that come in that aren't white,
Me and
if
Reese
they
talked about
just
this.
voted, it would change America so quickly.
And just think about this for a second. Most of the things that minorities have issues with are state problems. They have issues with redlining and how much funding they're getting in their neighborhoods, the police. All these things are voted on. City councils, mayors, governors,
Yeah.
all that stuff
You need
counts.
to go
Their city legislation counts. You can't just go to the Super Bowl. You got to vote all the way down ballot. And I think
Got you.
people
I
are
got
kind
you.
of
That
starting
makes
to
sense.
realize that, because here's the thing: if we don't like our sheriff, we
Vote
can't
him out.
we can't vote. I don't care how many times we vote for Biden. The sheriff's still gonna be the sheriff.
Yeah.
You got to vote him out, or you got to put a viable candidate up there to say, okay, you know what, that's cool. You don't want to do what we want to do. Guess what? We're gonna put Tracy up for sheriff, and every black person in Cole County is gonna back him. And then all of those
Okay,
people,
Tracy. Okay, Tracy.
all those people who agree with Reese, who falling asleep.
I-
This dude falling asleep.
Is he really?
Are you
Or I think his
serious?
camera's
What?
frozen. No, it's
Good.
frozen.
No,
It was
No.
frozen.
Ain't
dude,
nobody
No,
back
he
in.
tired,
that
bro.
dude tired, boy. He said he got to get up at 3
Dude,
in the
if you
morning.
need to dip out, because you know you're
Every
waking
black
up early, you
person minus
can.
one.
Hey, speaking of dipping out,
Every
I'm about to dip out,
minus
fellas.
one.
Hey, you know what? We really could go on for long, but
Yeah, it's already an
I'm glad
hour.
we got
I'm
this
glad
one
we touched
going.
bases with everybody,
Yeah.
even
And
though we couldn't see Mike's face.
the thing I want to say is, hey, just I don't care who you vote for, just go make your voice heard.
Don't
and
think
and,
your
un-
vote doesn't count, because your
and
vote does count.
understand that those of you out there who are looking at TV and you see these riots and things going on and different stuff. I was going to touch on that a little bit, but we don't have time.
Pro,
Hey,
We'll get on that on the next
hey,
one.
protest.
real quick.
Yeah.
Tyrone, I see you back there looking like Donnell Jones.
Okay, I just want to say one thing.
What's that?
I like Ty's jacket. That's a nice jacket. And Reese,
Yeah.
you are emitting some Thriller vibes right now. With that,
Yeah.
I saw
That's
it.
the
Don't hate.
Donnell
I
Jones
noticed it
vibe,
earlier,
man.
and I held my tongue this whole time. I was like,
Hey,
all
I
you
knew
need is
you
that
was
white
getting that-
stripe.
Joe, I knew you was getting at something when you said I like your jacket.
No. I like your jacket. Your jacket's dope. I'm just saying, Reese looks like freaking with his sweater. It looks like Thriller. So,
Rick and Morty.
it's a hoodie.
oh yeah,
It's a
it's
hoodie.
a hoodie. But it's just
It's
the
a
colors.
hoodie.
The color was spot, man.
It's just a thriller.
I
Hey,
got
used to
that
have a
Donnell
favorite girl
Jones
back in the
going
day.
zone.
That song
Hey.
is so good.
Mike looked like he probably got biscuit. He got like biscuit crumbs all over his face. That's why he ain't turned his camera on.
Man,
So hey, before we go here, last question. Why
Yeah.
why do so many people there's multiple type of protests, right? So there's
Right.
peaceful, there's quiet, there's hunger, there's blah blah blah, right? Why do people always say when you protest it's a riot? It's not a riot, it's a protest.
Well,
Yes,
this is
there are bad eggs. There can be bad eggs in the
So-
bunch.
so. Let me
but
ask you this. Let me ask you this. How many times have you been to a party and everybody was having a good time
that one guy.
and 3 motherfuckers start shoving? Three.
Every house party I've been to.
Three. And the next
Every
thing you
house
know,
party I've been
the
to.
whole damn party is, most of them are just watching and running. But when the cops show up, they say it's a riot. It's a riot, because it's easy to say that. So now you have this situation. You have 4 to 5 people, or let's just say 50 people in a group of 1,000 that are clashing. Everybody else is trying to get away from it. All the police see is people coming at them, and they see the police and they're like, oh, they're going to take me to jail. I want to go to jail. So they run back the other way. So now all this chaos is going on. So you can't discriminate. You can't decide who's the rioters or who's the troublemakers and who are the people that are just trying to come out there and have their voice heard. So it all gets mashed together. And then throw on top of that, you got 8 or 9 idiots that'll go out there and steal chips and shit out of a store and take a chance on going to jail for a bag of goddamn Doritos,
Or
which is the
stealing just
dumbest shit
shoes.
in the world.
I've seen so many videos of white guys stealing shoes.
Just dumb stuff. I
It's
mean, so
stupid.
that's why that gets conflated like that. I mean,
That's why I got
Hey.
me a new AR.
but
It's going
and-
down.
Hey,
and the thing-
crafty media knows how to disseminate that shit.
Yeah, that's a deep topic. I don't want to get into that.
That's too easy.
I don't
Oh.
think you can. I don't think it matters how you disseminate it, because it just looks like a bunch of chaos. If I'm sitting
It
in my house,
matters.
if
You
I'm
just
sitting in-
edit out the stuff that looks good.
but if I'm sitting in my house and they say protest broke out, nobody covers peaceful protests. They don't cover that. They just don't.
Shit. That don't
Kaepernick.
sell. That
Yeah,
shit don't
Kaepernick.
sell either.
That is true, because
But-
everyone. It has to be shocking for anyone to pay attention. Unfortunately, and I
Right.
don't like that. I don't like saying it, but I mean that's
but
what
whose fault is that?
it's
Is that the
ours.
media's fault?
It's our fault
No.
because that's what we tune into.
That's what we can.
Because
say.
we
Our
indulge.
attention span is hate driven.
Well, it's not
We
just
like
that.
that
We are
shit.
emotionally driven. We won't respond to media unless we are emotionally affected by it.
It's
Or
just like
negative.
So
just
so Brian so
yeah.
so Brian hold on. Brian did say one good thing this whole life. So he did say he did say and
His
the
whole
man a lot
life.
of
Whole
he did
life.
say if his whole life if we
Fucking
were
idiot.
he said if we weren't going through he said if we weren't going through this quarantine or pandemic, would we care about George Floyd?
He he would be he would be another person that they would talk about it, but it wouldn't be to the
I
magnitude.
You think so?
I
Really?
wonder about that a lot actually, just
Well,
because
You
well,
think
here's
so?
people
No
Hey,
sports.
hey,
here's why I
fellas,
say that.
it's been real.
see it.
All right,
Delta.
TJ.
See ya.
Be good,
Here's
boy.
why I say that, Mike, Ty. Philando Castile,
Yeah.
Michael Brown. I went back and looked it up.
I felt like
Sterling
Michael
Sharp
Brown was still
or
a big
When
Sterling.
deal.
Michael Brown got killed, that was a 4-week campaign,
Was it
and it
only
went away.
4 weeks? It felt so
It
much
was
longer.
only 4 weeks, and it only really got bad the last two. Uh,
Damn.
the second round when they said they wasn't gonna prosecute him, that
Right. Right.
lasted 7 days, and then it went away.
Damn.
So
That's how it seemed like it's always
that's
been.
because people have a life to go back to, just like these guys, that the Proud Boys and all. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not gonna do anything. You're gonna want to, but the other part of your brain that tells you that I still have to live. I don't want to. I don't really actually want to die. I don't really actually want to go to jail. I'm not really actually ready to put these things into action that I'm talking about because I don't want the
Right.
consequences behind them. It's real easy for me to sit on this screen and tell you that I'm gonna fuck everybody up. It's real easy for me to say that. But the reality is I don't want to go to jail, and I'm only gonna protect myself when you bring it to me. I'm not gonna go
Right.
out looking for it.
Yeah.
But if you bring it
No.
to me,
The
you gonna
reality,
get
you
it.
come this way,
Don't
you
get
get
it
knocked out.
twisted. You bring it to me, you gonna get
Reality,
it.
nigga.
You heard.
That's
You heard
reality.
what Big Mike said. You come this way,
Big
you
Mike
get
said you
knocked
gonna
out.
get knocked out. He'll smack you
Hey.
like he'll hit you like a golf ball to the
Yeah.
woods.
He's like, bitch got hands.
Hey, when we get more time, we since you mentioned the Proud Boys, we have to talk about the governor of the governor of Michigan and the Boogaloo Boys. Good
Oh yeah.
Lord.
I just heard about them today.
We need to unpack all this militia stuff. There's a lot there.
Yeah,
I just
mean, there is.
I don't want people to think for 1 minute that, and I say this because I was a part of that organization. As much as people might feel like law enforcement is against the public, they're really not. I would step out on a limb and say probably 90% of the cops that are out there for the right reason. They're not gonna let any Proud Boys or Boogaloo Boys or any of the boys come out here and just wreak havoc on the streets of America. And the other thing is, if it's 20 of them, it's probably 300 that don't feel the same way, and they got guns too. So, the whole concept to me is ridiculous. That you
Yeah.
think you're gonna run out in the streets and just what you gonna do? And what are you going to attack? That's my point. If they don't, you gonna attack the governor's office? You gonna rush the White House? Really?
They're
I want
gonna
to see that one. I'm gonna get some popcorn for that one. You gonna rush the White
I
House?
I just went and
Shit.
bought 6 more boxes of 223s. So just in case a motherfucker want to jump off the porch, I'm gonna put you
And
back
do
on.
what? And do what? What they gonna
I
come
don't
to your
know.
house for? Come to your house for what? What do you have to
I'm-
offer them? That's
Shit,
what I
I
want to
got
know.
some shit in there. I got some
No,
shit
what
in
do
there
you-
they might want.
What do you have to offer the Proud Boys that's gonna get them the result they want?
They might want me to
he's
join
saying
them.
keep them out of there. I mean,
That's but that's what I'm saying though.
They
So
don't want your kind, Ty.
what would be the purpose of them coming to your house to do something? What are they gonna gain?
there are terrible things.
I don't
in
know
purpose they
what
could
the
do,
purge.
but-
What the purge gang? They was going to random folk house. It could
No,
be the next door neighbor.
Do you know what the purge was about?
Yeah, I mean,
What was the
actually,
purge about?
it was actually a real life thing from what I've been hearing.
No,
That
it was not.
whenever
It was not.
not
That was never a
not
thing.
necessarily Well, listen. Listen, Linda. Along those lines, whenever they said, you know how when mom and them used to say, y'all need to get home before it get dark. You know what I'm saying? Back in the South, they used to have lynching hour when it became dusk time. And if you wasn't in the house by then, they was taking your ass, whoever was out, and hanging them and doing whatever shit that they was doing to them. That was down south.
That's not the
Bro,
same.
it's not the purge, bro. Get out
That's
of
not
here.
the
But
same.
I'm just saying, I'm just
So-
saying it was a
but listen,
concept.
So Linda. So the thing about the Purge is the Purge, that movie, the concept is that at some point in your life, people are just angry and they need to take their anger out on something. So they
Right.
said, for this time, there will be no laws. Whatever you do in this between this time frame is acceptable.
12
Murder,
hours.
whatever. Do whatever the hell you want. And after that, we're gonna go back to normal just so you can get it out of your system. That's what the purge was about. It was about purging those feelings that you had of animosity and just getting it out.
They played it
That's
off
what
like that, but
population-
honestly, it was control. It was all
It was.
control.
It was. It was.
Yeah,
I give you that.
population
Then
control.
why
It's
come
population
out with
control.
the election purge? That shit kind of, I mean, that's a lot of conspiracy theory behind that part of
what?
the purge. That the election one, where there was the election time around 2016, where
They
where
came
were
out with
coming
that
out with
political one.
the
Yeah.
political one where they were wearing the you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
It was
the
all
poll watcher
political.
dudes or whatever.
Yeah, it was all political.
So and
You
so
know what I'm
here's the
saying?
other
And
thing. Here's the other thing I find funny.
kind
So
of
the
going
Proud
on now.
so the Proud Boy said, if he loses, we're gonna do this. Wouldn't it be better to do it before he lost? If you was gonna do something,
Yeah.
I mean, what are you
Well,
gonna do?
they feel like if he loses, then it's an attack on their rights. And
So if he loses and Biden takes over, he's got control of the military. You think he's just gonna stand by? He's stupid.
Shit, he
Yeah,
might.
see-
He told him to stand by.
I don't think
Biden
they understand.
maybe.
I don't think the Proud Boys understand. As soon
Biden
as he wins the election on election night or whenever they call it, Secret Service is with Biden. I mean, he's not alone. I mean,
He's got Secret Service right now.
yeah, he's vice president, so yeah, he would have it. So I mean,
No,
it's
I mean like once you
Former.
become the nominee, when they go to the Democratic convention and he becomes the official nominee, and when he picked Kamala Harris as his, they get Secret Service assigned to them then, right then
Yeah,
and there.
I've seen her
They
with
already
her
have
Secret
Secret
Service online.
Now they don't have the same detail that the president has, but they have a detail. It's about 30 guys that they assign to him.
yeah, you have to go against a whole small army,
They
basically.
need a small army. That fucker ain't small. I've been on the presidential detail. It's not a small army.
It is an army.
It's an army. It's a for real army. I wish that if you ever get the opportunity, if you ever go anywhere where Air Force One is on the ground at an airport, and you can just like get into the airport so you can see where it is and see how many other planes are there with it, you would be shocked. There's like three DC-10s, some other private jets, and Air Force One. When they go into these rallies, if you knew how much Trump was how much money he was spending to go to these different places, using Air Force One and Marine One, they're loading all this shit on planes and taking it to Florida and taking it to Michigan. They're moving this whole convoy every time he goes somewhere. It's fucking ridiculous.
Don't care.
Damn.
Yeah. You should. That's your
great.
money. It's your money. You want it now.
That's your move.
All right, Mike, you got anything to say, you bitch?
Damn.
Damn.
You every time got on here and you all talking damn negative. Y'all ain't talk about nothing positive.
We did, but you wasn't on the call yet, asshole.
Let's talk
You was
about
taking-
them
you took
Chiefs
a-
going over there.
I wanted to, man. This guy, they're
Yeah.
trying to say the Chiefs started
Look,
2020 off bad.
you
positive,
talked all
bro.
that. Look,
Yeah.
the one Chiefs fan
They
on here
don't
ain't got
talk
no
about them
Chiefs shit
right
on.
They
Ain't got no
can't
Chiefs
win.
shit on.
They can't.
They ain't
They
playing
can't
today.
win.
win. What they record?
I gotta
what
wash
they
my
record?
shirts. I've been wearing them all.
We 4-3.
You're 4-3.
What they record?
Congratulations.
We're
You know who has a
4-3
better
with
record?
we
Know who has a
we
better
4-3
record?
with 4-3 with a high school team.
Yeah, it's a high school team.
Hey, let me ask you this, Mike. Who's
Y'all
got
last- hey,
Mike?
hold on.
Who's got the toughest
me ask you-
division? Who's got the
Let
toughest
me ask
division
you.
right now?
Let me ask you. Who's in last place in your division?
Not me, not us. Not us.
Who's in
No
last place in your
comment.
division?
The Rams.
Who's in last place?
Boy,
No
Seattle.
comment.
No,
Rams.
no.
I'm gonna
Rams.
Stop
double
it.
check this. I'm
Stop.
gonna double check this.
Rams.
Stop it.
I ain't got
Hey,
no dog in this
you ain't,
fight,
don't
man.
don't
'cause
double
got-
check
49ers
it
are last
because
Who's
you
got-
already know.
Who's got the toughest division?
No, I'm sorry, man. You are behind the Rams. You
I
are in
know.
last place in the West Division.
I know
You
because
can
Yeah,
do
I ain't
that.
got no.
Rams
I
are
ain't got
5
no
and 2.
dog. I ain't
You're
got no
4
dog
and
in that
3.
fight.
So hold up. What's the record in that division? Can you tell me that? Run it down
San
real quick.
Francisco's 4 and 3. LA Rams are 5 and 2.
And what else?
And then the Arizona Cardinals are 5 and 2, and Seattle's 5 and 1.
Okay. So is there any other division that has a record like that? With their in their
No.
division?
Who cares?
What is that? Who freaking
No.
cares?
You last.
What you mean?
You
What
last.
you
said
mean you don't
was
care?
tough as a vision.
We
You
got the
last.
toughest
If you-
division right now.
You know what?
If you
Y'all
ain't
record-
first, you
Y'all record-
last.
Hey, you can end up 10
Ricky
and 6.
Bobby?
I'm sorry. Your
End up
schedule
10.
your schedule for the rest of the season's not that
If
hard.
you in last place, you ain't going to
Who, name it off. Name it off.
All right, hang on. Let me pull up your team. I'll pull up your
Yeah.
Boy,
schedule.
He gon-
Joe, you a hater.
Name it off, Mike. Name it
All
off.
right,
Joe, hey.
you got Seattle, Green Bay, New Orleans. Those are tough, right? Okay, those are
Uh-huh.
tough.
Tough.
Yeah.
Then you got the Rams, Buffalo, Washington,
Tough.
Dallas, and
Tough.
then you got Arizona and Seattle
Washington and
again.
Dallas are the
Hey.
only two teams in that
Don't
whole
laugh at
schedule
Dallas. We heard.
that don't have a winning record.
They're the only two.
Yeah, LA
We
Rams.
heard.
LA
Buffalo's
Rams
5-1.
are having a hard time.
Buffalo's
And
5-1. Buffalo's 5-1. Look it up.
The Rams
Buffalo ain't
having a
fine.
hard
Are
time.
they really?
Bullshit.
At-
Buffalo's
at 4 and
the
2?
undefeated team.
Buffalo's not
5 and
5-1.
2?
The Chiefs beat them,
Buffalo
bro.
is 5-1.
No, they're not.
What are they
Yes, they are.
They're
I
5 and
thought
2.
they were 4 and 2.
then? Oh, 5-2. My bad.
Yeah.
They don't have
They
a
are
losing
leading their
record.
division. They are leading. their
Exactly.
division.
Exactly. Who y'all playing?
Y'all ain't going to the Super Bowl.
I don't know.
though, so
Everyone
it
else.
don't matter.
Everyone else.
Who
is
y'all
guess
playing?
what?
Elias and
Hey,
who
guess
else?
JC.
JC.
We
Guess
got
what?
Y'all playing
Jets,
Kansas
Hey,
City?
guess what? The
Carolina,
49ers
Vegas,
The
Tampa
49ers
Bay,
is the only team
Denver,
who lost
Miami.
Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
Trash.
Weak.
Who's
Miami
got-
Dolphins. Trash.
Joe,
Y'all
Joe,
got your ass whooped
Who's
by
got the
them.
tougher schedule coming
Y'all
up?
got your ass whooped by the Dolphins.
I don't care what you guys think. Everyone else is a
Who-
punk ass after
who's-
we won.
Who's got the tougher
Y'all
schedule?
got
Joe?
beat by the
You just looked at
Dolphins.
it.
Well, hang on a second.
No,
We've
we got
already
smoked
played
by the Dolphins.
We already played New England, Baltimore,
Oh my gosh.
Houston.
What's the rest of your schedule?
It's not bad. We played our harder part in the beginning of it.
Who?
We
who
played
who
our
you
harder
got?
part at the beginning of it. That's why we have all the wins.
Boy, you hear this?
Who?
You hear this? You hear him sidetrack?
Hey, name the schedule one more time, Joe.
For what?
I'm
Oh,
waiting
like
for it.
okay, we
y'all
already
got left?
played. We already
you got
played
left?
Houston,
Who you got
Baltimore,
left?
New England, and we beat Buffalo,
Who you
and we
got
beat
left?
Denver. And
Who you
now,
got
okay,
left?
we
Denver
played our
sucks.
hard
Weak.
schedule at the beginning. Is what I'm saying.
Who you got
Weak.
left? Who you got left?
Well, we got the Jets, which ain't gonna be anything. We
Uh-huh.
got Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got our
Yeah.
rematch with Vegas. Which
Yeah.
Weak.
and
Got
then
beat by Vegas, didn't
Then
you?
we got Tampa Bay,
Got beat by Vegas, didn't you?
and then we're gonna destroy Denver again and Miami.
Weak. Weak.
And then we got New
Tampa Bay
Orleans,
weak?
which is
Tampa
not
Bay
weak.
weak, Rick?
Yes. Yep.
Oh
Well,
my God.
Tampa Bay is not
Tampa
weak.
Bay ain't weak.
Tampa Bay
Tampa
ain't
Bay.
Y'all
weak.
play one.
And then
Y'all
we
play
got
one
Atlanta.
good team
Atlanta's
down
playing
the
better
well.
every game.
Hey, they gonna lose to the Raiders, and they gonna lose to
Y'all
Tampa
play
Bay.
two good teams down the stretch. The
Whatever.
Raiders and Tampa Bay.
Shit.
That's it.
Okay. You guys always like whenever your teams are sucking it, you go, we have a harder schedule. But then when your teams
No,
are,
I'm not.
Dude, we
I'm
5-2.
I'm not going off what I'm thinking.
you're
I- we
excited
got-
about
our
excited
team is
about
busted.
4-3. You're excited about almost breaking even.
Yes, with the team we have right now. Are you kidding me?
I'll give you credit that your team
Are
is
you kidding
been
me?
torn apart right now.
14 starters that played in the Super Bowl are on IR right now.
I
And
know.
you gonna say, "Oh,
I
why am I
know.
excited about 4-3?" That's why.
Okay. You could be as
Hey,
optimistic. You could be as optimistic about your
Optimistic.
Niners, but our
Go
team,
again.
who's playing well and just picked up Le'Veon Bell, you're like, you guys are trash, and we're like,
Did I say you was
excuse me?
All
trash?
right, guys.
Did I say you were trash?
I
You
did.
always say
I
we're
did
trash.
not.
did.
I did not say you
I
was
did.
trash. I
Y'all
said
super trash.
our schedule's harder than yours. Right. The The rest of the schedule's hard.
That's
Our
the thing, though, is you
schedule's
guys
harder.
always start picking up schedule stuff. You're always like, man, our team's doing hard. Our record's not as good because our schedule's harder. You
and
said
then last year when we was like 7-0, y'all like, you ain't played nobody.
We had a
you ain't
hard
played
schedule.
nobody.
We had a hell of a hard schedule last year too. We did.
Did y'all?
Yes, we
That
did.
shit was weak.
Get outta here.
Weak.
You just upset because your Rams didn't make the Super Bowl.
And now
They
Patrick
did make it.
Mahomes
What you talking about?
Patrick Mahomes is the new Tom Brady. He getting Tom Brady calls.
Yeah, he is. He's already
I'm glad you
said.
admit- at least
He's
you can
already
admit that.
said.
At least you can admit that.
Yeah, well, I mean, he is. I mean, here's the thing. He's already set his sight on filling his hand up with rings. And honestly, if you're in Kansas City and you hear that, again, it was 50 years, we're okay with him being annoying to everyone else outside of the franchise because it's
Mike,
kind of our time.
Did he deserve $500 million?
Hell yeah.
Mike dipped out.
Mike,
His
he's
mic,
still there.
his
He gonna answer
mic is
that.
off.
Mike gonna answer that.
What was the question?
Did he
What's the
deserve
question again?
$500 million?
Is Patrick Mahomes worth $500 million?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Nope.
After he wins a second Super Bowl, you think he's worth $500 million?
A second Super Bowl in about 4 years, sure.
Nah, I think it'll be
You
at
won't go
least
back.
another 2 years.
You won't win another one. No, you ain't gonna win another one back to back.
You know,
No,
you didn't
ain't
think we were going to
happening.
win the last one. I don't know how reliable that
You shouldn't
prediction
have.
is.
You shouldn't have.
I say if he win the Super Bowl this year, yeah, he deserves it, bro.
After one, not
I don't know.
500 million.
I'm getting the
No,
same vibe because they're
It ain't
stacking
one,
that team.
That's back to back, bro.
They are
Yeah.
Back to
stacking.
back?
They are
Sure.
stacking the team. I mean, we got Le'Veon
All right.
Bell. We have so many offensive weapons. It's ridiculous. Between
Yeah, we got some.
Are you kidding? The amount of running backs we have right now that are doing
We
good,
are
the
so
wide
good.
receivers, the
We are so
Kelsey as a
good.
tight end is tearing it up.
Then why did y'all lose
Is
to
it?
the goddamn Raiders?
That was a bad. That was weather. That we had.
What?
It was rainy as
weather?
hell. It was
It was the
rainy as
weather.
hell.
And y'all, and so what
You
just
ain't
happened
missing
in Denver?
no starters.
And y'all should have lost to the Chargers.
You sure
No.
should have lost to the Chargers. Chargers gonna be a problem for you. I guarantee you. I'll bet you on that one. Chargers gonna be a problem.
Barely. I don't give a fuck if it was 1 point. Barely.
It was. It
Hey,
was.
The Chargers gonna be a problem for you.
If you win the game by 1
Did we win the
point, you
Super
manage the
Bowl by
game
1
better than
point?
the other team.
The Chargers gonna be a problem
Did
for
we
you.
win the
Bro.
Super Bowl by 1 point? Was
Yep.
that barely?
Yep.
Yep, bro.
Yeah.
If you win the game by 1
Barely
point,
won
it
that
means you
bitch.
manage the team better than the other one. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Or it means that
that means you
means
got
the referee gave you a bullshit call.
Oh, there was bullshit calls for
Yep.
you guys too. Don't even go on that. There was
Really?
there was bullshit calls on both sides.
Which
It was
one
no
was- which
more
one was
weird
that
than what the
exactly?
Rams got a couple
I don't
years
need
ago.
to go through them all right now. You want me to
He
pull
said,
up
I don't
every
need-
bullshit call in that game?
I would like you to do so. That'd be
we'll
great.
go that in the next one. All right, we'll go through that in the next.
Yep.
You can
All
find
right.
calls on both sides that benefit.
Hey,
Yep.
you know what? On that bullshit, tell them where they can find some more of your bullshit, Joel.
You can find all our bullshit, mostly Soups, on Twitter, Instagram. You can actually get us on all the podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. We're on Soundcloud. But really, I'd suggest watching us on YouTube because then you can see all the shocked expressions when people do stupid shit on here. That's really the primo one right there. Yeah.
All bullshit aside, people, please go vote. Remember think about your local elections because that stuff counts. Don't be duped into thinking that your vote doesn't count. Don't buy into things that millionaires or rappers or all these other people that don't live in your community have to do with what you're voting about. If you have problems with things in your your community, you have to get involved. That is the only way it's going to be. And it doesn't mean going out and burning down targets and shit because that don't do nothing for you. So if you want to fix the problem, you got to be part of the solution. And tearing shit down is not it. So
Yeah.
that's my soapbox.
Yep.
I do agree
Hey,
with Mike, though.
Don't get distracted.
Yes. Yeah. I do
You're
agree
good,
with
though.
Mike, though. Our next episode should be nothing but positive stuff. I would love to do an episode
We
like
did
that.
do positive
Yeah, but...
First of all,
stuff this time.
hey, wait. First of all, Mike
some
actually
positive-
has to
positive shit you
join
can see.
the podcast more than 3 minutes. He
Yeah,
has to
ugly
join the
motherfucker. That's
podcast
why I
more
wouldn't
than
turn
3
my-
minutes.
turn my camera on either. I look like that dude.
Mike, you need to lead the next podcast with all the positive stuff.
Yeah,
Man,
Cookie
Mike
Monster.
don't have a positive bone in his body.
he
all,
is.
all I'm hearing
He
is
is.
trash.
He has been
weed.
such a troll on the text group.
Oh,
I can't
yes.
believe it.
Hey, he's the
That's-
only motherfucker that don't have to get a Halloween costume because he is the original.
Rams. I'm gonna wear a Ram for Halloween. I'm gonna wear Rams for Halloween.
What you gonna be?
That's scary.
yeah, that's,
It's
hey, then that'll make you a real fan of a real team instead of that trash ass team
Okay,
to the west.
Mr. Rams.
Hey.
I'm gonna be a Ram fan after they leave Missouri.
be a-
and that
I'm gonna wear-
crazy
I'm gonna wear
shitty
jersey.
situation.
Hey, Reese,
I was a Rams fan in the beginning.
Dude, I
Reese.
saw your depressed face after
Who's
they
your
announced they're
Who's
going
your
to
grandson root for?
LA. That's true. Who
Who?
does your grandson root for?
Who's your grandson root for?
His face.
He's a
stuck.
hey, he's a hey,
Stuck.
I just
I
like to
can't-
see your face
I
every time I
can't-
think about
hey,
that.
He was like,
hey. I can't walk a,
That dude's
hey,
face.
I cannot
He said,
hey, free choice.
Free
He can make his
choice.
own choices.
you know what? You need to
Hey,
buy
he
that
can
kid
make
some
his own
cheese gear.
choices.
You need to buy that kid some
Hey,
cheese gear for
you know
He
what?
just
That
made
sweatshirt, you look like, you sure that ain't got an arrowhead on the back of that, bro?
Christmas.